Hi, Parker. What's up? Oh, you're here early. We're just getting started. Hello, Parker. How are you? Happy Tuesday night. That's good to hear.
You have spent quite some time in here, engaging in such idle chatter.
It's nice not to be a banana this one, but I
Do you
said
not know that we have not a moment left to waste?
I will bring it back for at least one other session of this playthrough, okay?
Forgotten? I don't believe that is the truth. No.
Sounds like
it
fun,
is more
Parker.
likely
Enjoy.
You were dreaming the whole day away.
Pretend this one. How are you?
You must try harder from now on.
Ugh. Let's get back into Three Houses. And you know, pretend this one. I know you like the banana outfit. I'm not getting rid of the banana outfit anytime soon. I will have it to wear during a few other, you know, perhaps more than one other episode of this playthrough, okay?
Wow.
But it is not the most comfortable thing to play games in, I assure you. Maybe that's why everybody likes it.
Maybe.
Some uncommon fish are out today. You hear that? Well, let's get some. Yeah, it was. It was pretty uncomfortable, but anything for D Squad, just when you know that. Wow, I got a herring. This one's a good one. We gotta nail this one. Yo, Swords and Wolves, how you doing? I got some herring bait. Hold up. I'm gonna get myself a bitey here. Oh my god, I got good. Excellent. It got bad for me. Come on. I shouldn't have started with the good bait. Welcome on in, everybody. Hi, Swords and Wolves. Yeah, you know, I'm a fisherman by trade. Before I reviewed video games, I was a fisherman. Not a lot of people know that. Hey, a golden fish. You do, Swords, you do. Gamer Unit 12, thanks for the follow. I'm out of bait.
No. Inspirational.
Alright, I got lots of food. I'm gonna plant some... Ooh, I got some, like, good ones. We poured some, like, special water on them.
If the flowers within the greenhouse are removed, they will soon wilt and wither. I feel I can empathize with them.
No, Croc, I'm
Flowers
not.
that
Not today.
thrive, despite their environment, are truly...
But, again, as I mentioned yesterday, I was going to make that a one-night-only thing, but everybody loved it so much that we will dedicate at least one more day during this playthrough to it, okay? How are you, Croc? Good to see you. Welcome on in. Boy, I'm gonna tell you what. It's Sweet Tooth Week, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Alright, so Edelgard's already got a full bar, so it won't even benefit me to take her out.
I'm
But
a banana.
Lindhart's my healer boy. So he's going. And Bernadetta is something. I don't know what I'm doing with her yet, but... I'm a banana.
This is my favorite. I am rather happy you went out of your way to pick it.
No, is that a
Professor.
parfait?
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste.
Yo, is that a freaking parfait? I love parfaits. Ooh, luck 2 for the rest of the month. I love luck. Blessed jelly. I will, Malk. Before I go into combat,
fun.
I'll do that.
Let me show you my cooking talent.
Wait, she can just cast
A
fire?
little more secret spice, and hey, no peeking.
Croc, somebody had a parfait, and it wasn't me. I'm very upset about that.
If you have a moment, I would like a word.
I don't like
It has
Sedith.
been brought to my attention that certain individuals have been making advances toward Flame.
Yeah, Parker, how'd that go for you?
You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? If you do see anyone getting too close with Flame, please inform me of it at once.
It was me.
I'm sorry, but I must vent to someone, Professor.
Wow.
You're familiar with Manuela's slovenly behavior, yes?
I'm sorry, what did you just call Manuela's behavior?
That woman. She borrowed a book last week and returned it with stains
Oh
of
my
unknown
God.
origin on the cover and several pages either folded or torn. Just now, she dropped a sandwich on the floor, picked it up, and kept eating. When she saw my shock, she said simply, 3-second rule. Ugh.
You know, so Manuela's pretty cool. As it turns out. Hey, Vonbon, how we doing?
Professor, I feel I must speak to you about Caspar's eating habits.
Yeah, I don't like Caspar either,
I've never
okay?
seen the like of it. He inhales entire plates of food in mere seconds. Hence my mentioning it to you. Good luck with him.
I don't know, I don't have the DLC, Vonbon. By the way, thank you so much for dinner the other night. I did eat it. It was still edible. And I appreciate it, thank you. Didn't get a chance to thank you afterward. I can make anything I want my crew, a punching beast or a punching boy. I don't like Caspar and I don't like Ferdinand, and I want those to be my first 2 replacements. They have no part here in the D Squad team. I might make Dorothea do those things. But right now I have Dorothea being a caster because she has thunder. Blue Lions was the pick. Well, no, Blue Lions wasn't the pick. D-Squad failed me on the poll. Maybe. I don't know.
Professor, about this month's assignment, raising an army against the church? Really?
I think Melk wanted me to
Though
play
it looks
the
like we won't be
people
fighting,
with the
it's
cool
still
casters.
quite unsettling. My understanding is that it will all be subdued rather quickly.
I've heard whispers about Lord Lenato. They say he's a very kind and gentle lord. Why would such a kind man suddenly raise an army?
Oh, Professor. You were working late last night, weren't you? You shouldn't overdo it. A ghost might rise up from the well to get you if you stay up too late. Or so I'm told.
Okay.
I have a favor to ask of you.
To be honest, I felt a bit lost here at the
Hey,
monastery.
John, how you doing, bud?
Thankfully, a sweet
Welcome.
young girl reached out and offered her help. I believe she's Sedith's little sister.
What?
Okay, okay, Mount, okay. I got an air mid pike. So yeah, I am talking to the people that I like, Malk. If I don't like them, and I never want to have them in my crew, I walk by them, yes.
I have a favor to ask.
Hi, Ninja Killer. So yeah, today will probably be not as mild as yesterday in terms of content, but we should be getting into some real fights. Should be fun. Ninja Killer, it's still very early, so we're still getting through a lot of tutorial stuff. And as I mentioned yesterday, I absolutely hate gauging a game in any capacity during that time.
Professor, your clothes are a bit dirty. If you don't pay attention to your hygiene, the girls won't like
Pretendus
you.
One, I appreciate you.
I hate when my clothes get dirty. That's one of the many reasons I find it best to train as little as possible.
I like Hilda.
Professor, if you don't pay attention to your hygiene, the girls won't like you. I hate when my clothes get...
I can't recruit her yet, though. Damn.
What do you require?
Oh yeah, my battalions. I need to get these back. Wait, do I have to hit a different button to replenish them? That's weird, right? Oh, okay. That's a confusing UI thing. Oh, wow, this is expensive. These are good, though, yeah?
Do you want to hire this?
Leave it all to us.
Allies gain movement 5 till the end of the turn. Wow. I haven't sold my billions yet, no.
Do you want to hire this? You can rely on a...
I probably should. Remember, I went out of my way to get those billions. How do I feel about my clothes getting dirty? I don't really care about it too much. I think we're gonna main Petra too. Yeah, we'll just have to get her some, like, you know, real items.
Do you want to hire this? Do you want to hire?
Nice to meet you.
Oh wait, there's other ones? Ooh. Oh, I need more what is this? I need more authority rating to use these things? We're gonna run out of money. We can't use all this.
In the Battalion Guild, you can find various battalions that aren't affiliated with the Church of Seros. We're allowed to hire them if we so please, so you should familiarize yourself with the guild whenever you have the chance. Naturally, battalions lose endurance as they fight.
Yeah.
If you visit the Battalion Guild in the market, you'll be able to replenish their endurance.
The Dancer Ensemble. Yeah, well, game, I saw that and I was like, we gotta do that, right? I mean, I hope I can get unlock some better outfits than this, but...
Welcome.
This'll do for now. Oh, look at that. That bullion was worth getting.
Thank
for
you.
real. FR, no cap.
This one? Thank you.
How the hell does he have a door key? In God's name. You know, yeah, but Milk, I wasn't gonna say that I actually liked it. What do you think of it?
This one? Thank you. Please come again.
Welcome. Will this one do? Many thanks.
Yeah, you can get some like good loot by just picking up the corpses of other adventurers, right? That's the secret here. That's cool, Parker. Well, I hope your coding goes well.
Will this one do? Many thanks. 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 Come back soon.
Yeah, Parker, you don't have to really worry about drop. I mean, the unit dropping will be happening all night long. There's no rush. I'm out of activity points for choir practice. That sucks.
Right.
Oh.
Thank you so much for your help.
It's okay, I got some notes in the advice box. Yeah, it's who's that Pokemon, except they're not Pokemon, right? Oh, well, screw you. That was the right answer.
Hey,
I can't believe it.
You know, I don't like a lot of these people from the other schools, so maybe the Bronze Eagle was the pro pick.
Did you hear? The Kingdom, the Empire, the Alliance. They do love a good war, don't they? Spilling the blood of young men and women. And for what? Just to enjoy the horror of it?
I don't, Von Von.
Would you be
I'm
so
lactose
kind
intolerant.
as to do me a favor?
You know that. I cannot accept it because I'm out of activity points. Well, that sucks. Drop some freaking units, gang. Yes, let us take a quick break here to welcome everybody on into the stream tonight, as we do, and also let's do our thing. Let's do a little stream raiding. I always like when people drop units. Hey, blue chest warning. You definitely want to get some of this blue chest. Okay. Now back to all the action at the sound of the bell. Well, we can't do Manuela's quest. And I don't know how to do anything with crests, apparently. Except brush my teeth with it. No early ratings. Why don't people ever ask for late ratings?
Professor.
Early rating is we're still basically in a tutorial. We're in like extended tutorial. Not uncommon at this point in the game in any kind of strategy RPG to be in this kind of state.
Castle Gaspar, eh? I've been there once before. It was by request of the son of that family. Christoph, I think it was. I have a request.
I like how they, you know, gamified the relationship building in an interesting way. What's the goal for this game? To beat it. I'm sure the ultimate enemy will be revealed in time. But I think, especially with tactical strategy RPGs, grading them within the first few hours is really, really just not smart. You don't have access to all the tools. Onboarding for giant games like this is always tough. Hi Prime, what's up? I want to do baking. I think it has a stronger opener than a lot of other games in the same genre. So that's good. But obviously, like, we're not into the meat at the heart and soul of the game yet. Pumpkin oat mini muffins with chocolate chips. I want some of those. Thank you. Parker, you're gonna unlock more units, okay? By the way, those crappy units you're dropping, they regenerate every 5 minutes, so don't worry about that. You're gonna get a whole roster of new units. Just open up those chests after every battle. Oh, good, we got the gift option. That's exactly what I needed. I don't like any of these people. I'm only talking to the ones that I actually want to join me.
Here to train? You really are as hardworking as they say. Huh, maybe the gossip's wrong. Hardworking people usually don't like to make a big fuss about it. I'll take it. Thanks. I'll take it. I love it.
Wait, I can't
Here to
recruit her?
train? You really are as hardworking as they say.
Wait, did I just give her stuff for no reason? Damn it.
Yes. Even within the Knights of Saros, Catherine is the strongest. By a large margin from what I've gathered. Why not seek her out as a sparring partner, Professor?
Something.
Yeah, but right now, I understand that, Malk. That's good. Support's good. We're gonna go over our supports, but right now, I want to replace Caspar and Ferdy, like ASAP within the crew. Well, I am worried about that right now, Malk. So, and you can't stop me.
Oh, hello, Professor. Was there something you needed? Oh, you like horses? I like them too. They're such kind creatures.
Is it gonna take a while?
Oh, Professor. Hello. Excuse me. I have to...
Oh, I see. Well, that's BS. I should just be able to give them gifts, and then they should join me.
I've heard whispers of why would a ghost.
And yeah, listen, Vanba, I don't care if they're good. I don't like them.
Oh, you want me to join your class? I'm already having so much fun in my current class.
Hi, Zellars. How you doing?
Sorry to disappoint, but I'll have to decline.
We already are the Empire, Parker. We are the Empire. The Gamescom jury? I'm not aware of what's on the Gamescom jury.
Professor.
I've certainly participated in those other voting events.
Hey, Professor.
I don't know. That stuff's all weird. Like, what are you even voting on? Like, what? Like some demo you saw? You know, I'm not into that. You know me. But yeah, I've done like E3 Judges Week and all that fun stuff before, and I do participate in some of the other voting events. Along with many other outlets, right? I'm just one voice at one outlet of many voting outlets in a lot of the big events. But yeah, I do typically get to weigh in on like nominees and stuff like that, and votes. Alright, I think we're ready to go. I like to take a lot of time I like to really use these days up. The emergency room? No. What? What, Elden Ring? I have no comment on that. I said I think that we'd probably see some more of it soon. And that is all I'm gonna say.
Praise isn't necessary.
I just feel like that's a traditional From Software timeline.
Nothing worth selling.
And nobody does it by the book better than From.
I won't forget all I've learned.
Who is my favorite student here? It's really hard to say after just a few days, Lars. Not gonna lie. My favorite student so far is probably Edelgard.
Oh, how embarrassing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Zellars. It was rather uncomfortable in the banana suit, but I know people loved it, and they earned it, so... I praise From Software a lot. Hopefully I'll get to go back there someday.
I did pretty...
I'm teaching my students. Oh, damn. Bernadetta is very good at weeding.
Tell me something.
Oh no, get out of here. I'll have eaten everything in the dining hall. What am I supposed to do? Keep eating the same boring meals over and over again? Go F yourself. I don't like you.
Yeah, great answer.
He liked it.
Professor?
Oh, okay, well, this character's important. I don't know, Von. Something about me. You know, I have a really powerful judge a character sensor, even in fake video game land. That's good to know, Gamer Unit. If I must go to battle, I have to study faith and be a bishop. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. Why not?
Well, hello, Professor. You came all the way to my room to... You've brought the materials from your lecture I slept through. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Swords, I am a very aggressive teacher.
It's not that I want to miss lectures. Exactly.
Drop some freaking units, gang.
For some reason, I just can't seem to win against it. Just talking about it makes me sleepy.
This guy's responsible for keeping everybody healed on the battlefield. And he's fallen asleep.
It's not that I don't have enough motivation. The problem is that I don't have any at all. Not for useless things. I must compliment you, though. By this point in most conversations, I'm bored senseless. But I'm enjoying this. I wonder why. What is it about you that fascinates me so?
You know, Von, I can't put my finger on what I don't like about him, okay?
Strange one.
But both him and, like, Ferdinand or whatever, they're gone as soon as possible. Which, as you said, could take some time. I'm not giving them equipment, and they're going out first.
In truth, your very nature is odd.
Zillars, I've dealt with professors that said submissions past due date are on automatic 0.
You're definitely not a commoner, but you don't seem like a noble either. You're something else. Or you could be a villain who came here to enact some evil plot. That wouldn't surprise me either. Hey, Professor, will you ever allow me to investigate that crest of yours?
Well,
won't hurt.
Zellars,
Of
I don't
course,
have
I'm
a
not as
perfect record.
experienced with such research as Professor Hanneman, but I do what I can.
Have I tried teaching Arla? Yes.
Someday, I think I might like to become a crest scholar.
I did.
You never know.
I did give instruction of fashion to,
Oh, don't trouble yourself.
I have, Pretentious One.
I've got a lot of other research I'm
I taught
working on at the
teachers,
moment.
actually, for a while.
I tend to start a project, get bored, and then leave it be. I might be ready to investigate your crest soon. I'd have to tidy up a bit first. On that note?
No, I mean, I did.
Good night, Professor.
I went from college to college and taught professors how to do things on the internet. That was for a time in my life. Zedlars, you know, I think I'm a good student. I got good grades.
Thank you, Lady Bernadetta. I will take my leave.
Oh, good. Bye!
I wouldn't say I was always in class, though.
Finally. Oh, that was awful. Just terrifying. Ah! Please don't sneak up on me like that. It was nothing big. That lady just wanted me to show
Yes,
her
Zedlars,
around a bit.
that was years later than
But strangers are just so
working
nerve-wracking.
night shift at Walmart.
Oh, yeah? How about when I first met you and I wouldn't come out of the corner, or even uncover my face? Actually, now that you mention it,
That was a few years
it's
after
funny.
that. They don't
Once
really
I started
let you
talking to you,
go
I
from
stopped feeling scared.
stocking water at Walmart to teaching professors, usually, but
I wonder
they made an
why.
exception for me.
You know, Professor, you might be the first person I've been able to speak to normally since I got here, and I have no idea why. I'm happy about it too. When we first started out here, we had to do drills outside. I skipped those every chance I got. It's a terrible idea going out in the forest with all these people you don't even know. Thanks to you, though, I can actually make it through class now. I'm grateful for that. I don't know what I'd do if you weren't here. Sorry. I'm okay. I am okay. I'm doing just fine. I feel safe here, thanks to you. What? You saw that? Why would you see that? You were watching me? That crosses the line, Professor. Singing? Me? Why would I be singing? I'd never be singing. I've never been so humiliated. Useless, worthless, unmarriageable.
Okay. The game has decided to go full anime on me.
Thank you.
Oh, why did I get that guy flowers? I hate that guy.
Shall we? Okay, let's give it a try.
I think generally you want to go.
Our results
You want to
speak
go a little
volumes.
anime, just not full anime. What do I do with these smithing stones?
Seems simple enough. Let's put this to the test.
Why are these people getting skills? I hate them. Get them out
I'm
of
a
here.
quick study. I work to grow.
Alright, so 14% of people explored on this day. 7% went to seminar. 1% rested. Yeah, you know, Zellars, I don't think they're just kids. If they're, we're fighting to the death in combat against bandits and God knows what else. If they're kids, they're like anime kids, which means they're like 30. Ooh, I can do auxiliary battle. Battle in the mountains. Battle in the... Oh, let's do the hard one. Mal, do you think I can handle a level 6 bandit routing here? Or should I even bother with side missions? I mean, yeah, I will. But, like, is it worth doing? Do what you want. I mean, I've never been told that. I mean, yeah, we're going in. We're doing the harder one too. I'm sure a lot of people will die, but I don't care, you know? Alright. Everybody's in. I need to get some more units. I think I already loaded up everybody from the inventory, but everybody got a vulnerary just in case. We love our vulnerary. Casper doesn't need any healing, because, let's face it, I don't really want him coming home. Yeah, I want to do that, Duelist. Holy crap, it's a lot of dudes. No! I don't like Casper and Ferdinand will never be part of my core crew. I don't care if I'll regret it. It's about principle.
As you wish.
Yes, Parker, there's gonna be more than one anime woman in this game, okay?
Oh no.
Put me in there.
I will prevail.
That's my cue.
Battle.
Stay focused.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
I mean, it's true. I don't like Casper and I don't like Ferdinand. And if they can make it out of battle without my assistance, then good for them.
What?
But, like, I legit don't want him in the crew. I'm sorry, Hayari. He just rubbed me the wrong way, okay? I don't like him. Well, I am sorry. I mean, that's your fave, right? Like, I get that. I do like Hilda, but I don't think I can recruit Hilda.
I could have been practice. You are nothing.
Well, we'll get there, Malk. We'll get there.
The nobles.
That's true. That's true, Milk.
This is hard.
Witness my power.
That's good to hear, Gamer Unit. So I don't want to waste those until I get like good stuff, right?
One step at a time.
Dan, the teacher picking favorites. I mean, isn't that the freaking point of this game? If they're just all... If they were just all cool people, then... It wouldn't matter to have preferences, right? Like... No, I mean...
Should I have held back?
You're not wrong. I'm definitely playing favorites. It's true. I don't go outside. I only survive from the food that they send me here. What kindness? Sometimes we get hungry. Or we just drink another bang. Oh man, I risked my life for a training sword. Sweet. Bubbly is just water, yes. Yeah, what is rally? Nobody told me.
How humiliating. I still have a long way to go.
Meh. That's the meh that we're looking for here. I mean, they gotta have it. They have to have the track be fire. You're gonna be in battle a lot of the game, right?
Well, how was that?
Apparently, I'm really supposed to be getting into these smithing stones. what's up? Eligard is... Yeah. I've definitely been putting her in situations to get her large.
This was beneath me.
Hi, Hookshot. Yeah, I mean, obviously, chat's been trying to get me to play this game for, since it came out. And they finally got there, so... Yeah! Oh no! Look at that, that's almost like a full kill in one shot. Anyway, yeah. You know, while we're playing Fire Emblem here, we're basically playing Fire Emblem with chat by dropping units here, by playing Stream Raiders. So if you want to play Fire Emblem with me live, you can help us drop units on stream. It's fun. Malk, that's your call, okay? Wow, Malk. Yeah, thanks, Malk, for that stirring. That stirring description of Stream Raiders. I appreciate that. Alright, next battle. Get your units on the ground, and let's get back to the game. See? It's fast, easy, and fun. All you gotta do is drop units. Anyway. Argent Albatross, so your 40's in a Godfall, and it just keeps getting better. That will change. I promise you, Argent, and I'm not trying to rain on your good time, by the way. As I am so keen to say on this stream, I love it when people like games. And that goes for the experience you're having with Godfall now, too. But me and some of the other D-Squaddies played the hell out of that game when it came out. It was a very big change from early to late. Because that game falls off really, really hard, and it's... I did not enjoy it. I hope you're having a different experience with it. I do. Yeah, I really want Hubert... I'm making Hubert one of my mains.
To grow.
Ari.
Another step.
I'm a big fan of, like, the Snape archetype, so we're definitely working him. Wait, his support? I'm not doing any support on Hubie. He's going all aggro. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, I didn't do my supports, damn.
Now you know your limits.
I gotta do those. I forgot to do this before the battle. They're like hidden.
I can fight through anything.
Yeah, I don't believe that. They hide the support in that other stupid screen. We'll do it after this battle.
Not quite what I was
Oh yeah.
after.
Say goodnight to your dad for me, Parker. I gotta give your dad a call one of these days. Or at least text him.
You should be honored. Thank you.
Parker's dad knows me, Mel. Game Unit really wants me to know the legend of the smithing stones. This has like become a really big deal now. I like randomized loot, Argent. I didn't have a problem with that aspect. Again, the game really falls off, in my opinion. I can't wait to see what you have to say about it once you're a little deeper in. I want you to love it, Argent. I don't think you will at the end of the day, but I am eager to hear your report back.
Flame spirit protects me. Hard work.
I mean, to be fair, I played a lot of Godfall before I laid down the Dan judgment on it. As you well know, in the vast majority of cases, I do not like to judge a game without playing it. Yeah, we had a bad thunderstorm here last night. You're probably getting it now. Oh. You know, Zillers, I was a brilliant tactician back in my day.
What did I expect?
We get lots of experience in this optional battle, huh?
It's a long road yet.
This is a good way to level up.
Thanks so much.
Alright, we need to do some lesson plans and some support and a lot of other stuff after this. Who can? I was among them.
This.
Hi, Azal. Good evening.
Your defeat was inevitable.
I mean, I'm turning my Eligard into the ultimate queen here. Not even intentionally.
As expected.
I got 5 poultry for that battle. Hmm. And yeah, Casper died, but I wanted him to die, so he doesn't count. I know. We're gonna do support combos. Hey, Ari, thank you so much for the follow. You're a Supreme Champion Duck. Welcome. I like to take a hands-on approach in my lessons, you know? I like to get in here and do the instruction manually.
Tell me. It is a long road to mastery.
Is it though? Yes.
How long will this take?
Yes, it is.
Thanks for the help.
Nice.
Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help.
Oh, well, we don't want to train Casper. Boo!
Your instruction has been beneficial.
Do you want me to, Malik? Is he causing problems? I can take him off.
The battlefield has much to teach.
Okay, I'll get rid of him. So I don't understand. I don't have heavy armor, flying, or heavy... I don't have any of these skills, so I guess it doesn't matter what I pick.
Professor.
My lectures are never boring. If I have to hit someone, I want to do it from far away. Yes, focus on the bow and excel as a sniper. Yes! That's a great idea.
We did it, and without incident.
Hey, I got some smithing stones. I hear those are really important.
Perhaps I've been well taught.
I'm a quick study.
I am closing in on expertise.
Thank you.
Okay, I know I gotta do support combos. See, look at they hide them. Parker, at this point in the game, you're supposed to build up your relationships with the other characters, because it benefits you in combat. I mean, it's not really that boring.
I wonder if your life could
It gives you the story
path.
in small bites, and it also makes you more powerful in combat, so there is a gameplay aspect to it.
If you had never met me and entered my service, you might have had a more peaceful...
A more tedious path. Inconsequential and...
I mean, even I'm the most famous story hater there is out there, right? And I think that the way that it's delivered in games like this is completely fine.
Never. My duty to you is no mere obligation. I chose this. I had thought that would be obvious to you.
I understand you well. Better than anyone. But when I see you at the monastery, studying with the others, it makes me wonder what kind of life you might have had without me. That's all.
Such
Moby
a
Dick,
life
that's a good
may
book.
have had its appeal. I thought I'd left my years of carefree innocence behind me. But I cannot deny that I find myself enjoying my time at the monastery.
I feel the same way.
That enjoyment, however, is only thanks to you. Standing by your side is all that truly matters to me.
I see. Then I won't speak of such things again. If it's really what you want, I'll gladly keep you by my side. The path I must walk is soaked in blood. It's a path that can lead to madness, can snatch away one's future. and can even take one's life. And the pool of blood at my feet is growing larger. Those stains can never
We killed a couple of bandits, alright? I think
Please
we're all
leave
right.
the violence to me. A leader must be seen as pure, above the fray. Allow me to paint the path that lies before you red with the blood of your enemies.
Being outside is so tiring. Tomorrow's gotta be just an inside day, Bernie. Whoa, why is it so cold all of a sudden? It's as if an unspeakable evil just...
You're late.
No, into the light! Back to the beyond from whence you came!
Are you telling me to die?
Hubert!
In the flesh. I came to ask you something.
Oh no, what did I do? Think, Bernie, think!
There have been sightings of a sinister figure carrying a sharp object, wandering the halls at night. A strange giggle, the glimmer of a needle in the dark, the sound of a door creaking open and closed.
I was embroidering.
I suspected as much. Then you leave me no choice.
What? No, I'm too young to die! I've got so much left to do, please don't kill me!
About what I expected.
It's no good. I can't run anymore.
That was quite a sprint.
I'm sure he's gonna help her with her project, okay?
Now to my duty.
You're going to execute me, aren't you? Please, let me compose my last will and testament. Or at least a swan song. The creak of a door. Sorrow like a needle point. Bernie's gone away.
Bernadetta, a word of caution. How would you feel if you fell or bumped into someone while carrying around that needle? Please watch where you're going in the future. How did you manage to faint while standing up? Well, I cannot simply leave her here.
That is very anime. Yeah, we just... Hey, Melchior, I'm still waiting for the scene where they have somebody running around with a piece of toast in their mouth to make it to class, right? No, I don't want to rank up with Ferdinand.
Ah, Dorothea. The dining hall seems so much
doing it, I
brighter
just
with
don't
you
want
here.
to.
Ferdy, I must say you are quite adept with flattery. Please, give me some more.
Flattery? No, I was not...
Not yet, Prime. It'll
There
happen.
you go with that attitude again. Why do you reserve such cold treatment for me and me alone? Do you hate me, Dorothea? Or have you some other reason to avoid my company?
I underestimated you. I assumed your noble upbringing had dulled your perception. But you got it right on your first try. I hate you.
Huh, I was right. Might I ask why you find me so despicable? I can scarcely guess.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a
Don't
good
waste
game
another
unit.
minute thinking
I'll
about
keep a lookout for those smithing stones.
That will not do. I do not think you would hate a person for no reason.
Perhaps. How's this? If you can guess why, I'll let you know if you're right. The brains of us common folk are so simple, it should be pretty easy for a big shot noble to sort out.
Very well. I cannot walk away from a challenge. I have no choice but to chance a guess. You are always making fun, calling me a big shot and so forth. Perhaps you think all nobles are...
Sometimes it takes a
Drop some
minute.
freaking
units, gang. See, there it is.
Oh? What can't be that simple?
It always plays.
Please, will you not give me a clue?
Well, let me see. A good clue? I know. It's because you're like a bee. That ought to be enough of a clue. So long, Ferdy.
You cannot, Argent. The items that you can send me on the food app are listed
Perhaps because
on
I'm
the
such
treat
a
stream.
diligent worker?
I have selected various different keto things that I can eat, and they are available on the treat stream app. No, I think Ferdy's the worst. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a water. I call the big one Bitey. This guy's nothing. You're nothing. I so knew that was coming.
Hey, it's a wild boar.
Have you the skill to hunt one of those down?
Wait, what? You don't understand. Rolling is what we do here. Wait, no, what? No! Oh my god, I accidentally hit teleport. Oh my god. I was almost to the exit. What? What the? What is this? What is happening here? What? I summoned a giant shroom to heal my opponent for 30,000 HP. Now this is scary. Oh, this has a health bar. Okay, okay. Alright. I felt like I had a lot of interaction with that boss, and it was a meaningful, it was very meaningful. Okay. I hate controller mapping. Oh my god. Oh hey, yeah, I bet you think you're really cool, huh? Dude, I'm tripping out, man. Why? Why does this exist? And we're back. That's a really fun thing that I can do when I go get water, isn't it?
Hello there, Edelgard. Are you looking for something?
You could say that. I'm looking for someone named Linhardt who's been skipping lectures again.
I see. Well, congratulations, you found him. Did you want him for something in particular?
Yo, Parker, come
What
on.
else could
This
bring
is
you here
a
other than your complete negligence?
this is a more cerebral stream, okay? We don't do your mom jokes around here.
On the nature of crests. I suspect the formation of crests may be quite different than that recorded in church tradition.
Barry, how you
Before
doing?
you go on, is there any discernible benefit to me allowing this babble to continue?
Well, of course.
Milk,
And
that's
that
very
would be-
true.
I suspect you'll find the topic rather entertaining.
Thanks, Linko.
That's it.
I made the reel to show when I got rated, you
What
know,
do
just like a real
mean?
streamer.
Crest research is its own reward.
Oh, that's
You
really
know,
good to
if
know,
you
Gamer
ever
Unit.
truly
I'm
apply
really,
yourself,
really,
you
really
could become a
desperate for smithing
distinguished
stones right
scholar.
now, so I appreciate
You
the
could
tip.
use your crest knowledge to benefit the world, or uncover new discoveries in magic theory.
Why would I busy myself with such tedious work? I perform this research for my own knowledge. I'm not interested in the world at large.
There's nothing wrong with a selfish drive for knowledge, but only if you put it to good use.
I'm sure there must be some use.
Oh? Then please, tell me what potential uses you have in mind.
Well, there are people out there who spend good money on bizarre artistic creations.
Yeah, we got that, Gamer
So
Unit.
I'm sure
Great.
my not at all
Very
useful
funny.
research could be used as a fine lullaby for the children of the world.
A lullaby? I have things to do. Just know that this was my last warning.
Sure, of course. Goodbye.
La 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 la. Such lovely weather for painting.
Bernadetta?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
It's just me, Linhardt. What are you doing?
Painting! Just painting.
That's what I hear, Prime.
Am I in your way? I'm in your way. I'll just go. I'm going.
No need for all that. I just came out here to read.
I mean, Bacon, at the end of the day, they're all going to result in the same thing, but I go with the blueberry.
How's that? If you want to go, that's fine too.
No. I'll stay.
Say, aren't you usually holed up inside?
You see that anime sweat drop? Those are critical, okay?
Before you know it.
Very key.
Mad? At you? Never. I rather admire you, in fact. I fantasize about shutting myself in my room and never going outside again. It sounds like paradise. However, I wouldn't be able to perform my research. That, Bernadetta, is a problem.
What? You admire me? Nah, no way. I know a trick.
Anyway, good to see you all tonight, folks. I hope you're having a good time.
Plotting.
This is our full playthrough of Fire Emblem. 3 houses. The community voted for Bronze Eagles, so that's what we're playing as. We are playing on hard with no permadeath, since it is my first playthrough.
What? That's no... This is too much hassle. I'm leaving.
Oddly enough, I really enjoyed like super hard like permadeath modes in other games. I just don't think it works when you can save scum out of it. It's not even save scumming, right? The whole design of it, they even gave you like the back in time thing. I think it's just gonna make the run longer. That's the only thing it's gonna do. Yes, Malk, it may have been. I guess 82% of people explored on this day. We got some certs. Drop some freaking units, gang. So how do I get more of these beginner seals? And should I change classes? Like, do they keep the skills from one class when they go to another class? So, like, is it beneficial to do multiple beginner classes? How the hell is Ferdinand ready to go? God, he's... Ugh. Max out each class before changing.
You must
what?
Try.
We'll always be ready. That's good. A good statement. I agree. I agree with that statement. Honestly, you know, the only thing constant is change.
Did you hear? There's news of someone in the kingdom raising an
No,
army.
Ferdinand sucks.
The kingdom, the empire, spilling the blood of young... Would you be so kind as to do me a favor?
Wait, I don't want to train any of these. What in the hell? Argent, there's no clues to the Mystic Challenge because right now I don't know what it is yet. And that's the reason it's just up is so that there are points to the next goal regardless of what we select for the next goal. I don't want those points going to waste. So not a bit will be spilled, my friend. It is a quest.
I simply must thank you, Professor.
Wait. I want to make sure that when the next goal is determined, that everything gets, you know, goes toward it, alright? I think that's the right way to do things. Yeah? I think you're gonna be okay, Bacon. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. In approximately 40 minutes.
Welcome. Come back soon.
How do you get viewers like me? Stream every day.
Oh, no.
For as long as you can. And, play stuff you like.
Yep.
And above all, engage your community. I can't got school. I got school too. Have I played Aliens Fireteam at all? I haven't.
Plants of folk and people here.
I don't have any intention to M321, but I know people want to see it, so maybe? I'm not... That's definitely not a game that I'm, like, running out to go play. It looks good? Really? I mean, I wish I could say this. I wish I could say I agree with that. But like I said, I tend to not judge things without actually getting my own hands on. This is... I'm tempted to go with the, Yeah, we'll give it a shot eventually. We have a lot on our plates here, obviously.
If the flowers with... I feel like in flowers that...
Anyway, Parker, like, the biggest thing to streaming... I mean, I'm certainly not the one to talk to. We have a small community here. A community I love.
I shall take it.
But... consistency is probably the most important factor that I've discovered.
I shall take it.
So it doesn't matter if you're streaming 1 day a week or 7 days a week. You gotta be on at the same time every day.
I shall take it.
That way people know when to find you.
If the flowers
That's gotta be the
like
best tip I
flowers
can give you.
Hi there.
So obviously with a class schedule it would have to be after school. Yeah, I hear that. Believe me. Streaming, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into streaming that isn't apparent until you actually get in there and do it. And it's a whole thing. But yeah. I am super glad that we've got the D Squad cultivated at this time, but it didn't start out this way, Parker. When I started, I was streaming to 2 to 3 people and loving it. You'll get really good at talking to yourself. I know, Croc, right? Maybe Malk will even drop a unit if we're lucky. The most important thing I can say, Parker, is, you know, have goals, but do it for fun first and foremost. Because if you're not enjoying it, you won't be able to stick with it. Arjun, I did, but in my earlier days, I definitely didn't really talk about the stream with that community on top of it. You know what I mean? It's changed a bit now. Also, drop a unit. Okay. Yeah, when it started, it was really quiet, okay? And it was just PUBG, basically. Yes, Azel, that's actually true. I have been talking with Play It Forward Gaming. We're actually going to turn him into a full-time marble streamer, so... I mean, honestly, Pretendus One, I really wish that streaming would have been a thing. Back when I played WoW. Drop some freaking units, gang! Like in the early days. That would have been something. Anyway. Oh yeah, snack time. Marbles is a game that you play with the community. You just play marbles with your community. That's it. Sometimes when D-Squad is good, I let them play marbles. How do I get Ingrid? Or a monk. I don't need a monk. I need a soldier. Hunks of rabbit meat are pickled in Bacchus, skewered, and roasted. Ew, I hate rabbit.
I would be liking that greatly.
I appreciate any good meal, but nothing beats enjoying
Yeah, again, like, I just wasn't like, I always felt like I didn't... I'm a very reserved and modest individual, okay? And I never really felt like doing self-promotion on those kind of things, right? So I was really quiet about it, and I was just trying to grow it organically, slowly. But I am glad that, you know, people found me from there, regardless.
Sounds fun! Let me show you my cooking talent. A little more secret spice.
I just really need to work on self-promotion, which is why I always tell you to tell a friend. I'm sure there are probably a couple other folks in the community that would love to come hang out with us if they knew it was a thing. Hey, Hanson's got my number, Azelle. Anytime he wants to do something, he can let me know. The Dantech story arc of the GI show. I don't even know what that is. Oh my gosh, we're out of, like... I'm out of lessons.
I have understood.
I doubt that Tim's current position would allow him to do something like that.
You are giving me...
Certainly that would be wonderful.
You have my thanks for your support. I work to grow.
Yvonne Bon, I've heard that theory before too. It's an absurd theory, and I don't know how it got started.
I have understanding.
Bye, Parker. Have fun. Enjoy. Enjoy the Zeldars. Alright, Casper. You can get training. I don't want to.
I'll get it next. That... Thanks for your...
Nah, Bacon, I hear stuff like that all the time, and I am really glad that... I'm really glad that you found GI in me. Drop some freaking units, gang. Ooh, that takes him away from the... Okay, we gotta do more weeding.
Professor?
Focus on to excel as a warlock. Yes. The lessons are going well. Oh, hey, Prime. Arena shooters. God, what a topic. Yeah, Darkest Dungeon Crew. Great. I just got a big feature with them in the last issue. I don't know if you saw it. We put it online. We had the exclusive on the new character
Let's
coming to
get it
Darkest
done
Dungeon 2
quickly.
and a bunch of other cool info in the last
Okay,
issue, but I also put that online.
Give it a try.
Hey, we did pretty well.
Anyway, yeah, I should have definitely, you know, looking back on it,
Closer.
it's always easy to be Captain Hindsight, right? But yeah, I should have let people know
Seems
about
simple
my
enough.
my streaming activities long ago.
As long as it makes me stronger.
One step before the next step.
But I am glad you all found it regardless of my lack of promo for it. Seminar rest. What does rest do? We could do another battle and get really big. Well, Arjun, it wasn't so much a conflict of interest. I had the okay and everything. It's more of like, you know, my personal professionalism should be like, you know, I should be cheerleading, you know, GI proper at all times. But this is like a side thing for me, and, you know, of some, you know what I mean? It's cool. Not a conflict of interest, though. Oh, Snack Dude, they find it in DVD all the time to complain. DVD players are like the saltiest creatures in the universe, but I still love playing that game. I know, Pretend This One, I know. And I do really enjoy, you know, creating content to the magazine, video, online, all that stuff. And I think, like, you know, my experimenting around here is gonna assist GI streaming efforts as well. Should I be doing another battle here? I probably should have explored again and just eaten some food, right? I figured the extra levels really help us for this big fight we got coming up. Was this the right choice? Probably not. Anyway, that's a little stream history for you. I'm sure you're all fascinated by that. When we started, it was basically just PUBG all the time.
Put me in there.
And believe me, I had no idea what I was doing as a streamer.
Oh no.
I will get the
We've come a long way. Yes, Bimbaity, I am. And I totally get that. It is... Some days it's very difficult to do what we do and then stream on top of it.
Stay focused.
Like, it is a lot. That's right, Snack 2. Oh no, Casper died. It's not like I totally wanted that to happen. And she. Like everything else during COVID, Snack, keep your hype contained. But I'm sure there'll be a couple of neat things over the next week or so. I chose my words carefully. You should take what I said to heart. I hated how Ferdinand is always getting the killing blow just because I don't want him to get hurt.
The mark of nobility.
You know, they should split XP from everybody who worked on the kill. God, Edelgard is just too strong at this point. That ain't gonna happen, Prime.
Witness my power.
Edelgard murders anything she touches.
It's time.
Well, tomorrow is you know, Gamescom. Normally a major event. I would temper expectations just as you would with any other show this year, as I've mentioned many, many times. That is not to say there's not going to be anything. Yes, Bon. Speaking frankly, I absolutely hated going to Gamescom. It is my least favorite show to go to. Not because of Germany. Germany's wonderful. Gamescom is the most overcrowded, grotesque abomination in the world.
The glory.
And my least favorite show to attend and cover. In person.
Each battle a chance to grow.
M321 DBD, like any other competitive game, is always going to go that way, right? Sadly. I look good for 51, I agree, thank you. It's been a long, tough life. I mean, I don't agree with that snack. I enjoy attending cons where people can go. That's why, you know, BlizzCon and PAX were my favorite shows. Yeah, Von. Sned just said it, didn't you hear him? Hey, all I said was keep the hype train in the station right now, okay? There'll be reveals. It's Gamescom. I think people will see stuff that they'll enjoy over the next week or so. End of line. Oh, that's good to know, Game Unit. Thank you. Game Unit, are you a human or are you like a bot that tells people tips for games? I'm so curious. mean, that's definitely not confirmed. Bacon at all. I didn't say that.
Well, how was that?
The days of marketing scheduling are still a thing. They're just not a thing right now.
Must be awful losing to me. I think...
We gotta feed the healer a few kills, right? I don't know. I think I look pretty good for 51, don't you, gang? I hate Ferdy. No, game. I was just curious, game. I was just curious if you had like a tip button. You didn't. You didn't. All right. Thanks for this one. You're right. I don't actually think From likes to show bosses. And this is nothing about Elden Ring. I'm talking about the past marketing cycles. I don't think From likes to show anything. But whatever publisher they're typically working with does. That's always been my interpretation. But they are, yeah, exactly, Funman. They are really good at holding stuff back. Like for Bloodborne, nobody knew it was going to be, you know, a cosmic horror game at all.
Got him.
They kept that hidden the entire time, which is great. But you know, you got to show something, right? I get that. I get that angle too.
All roses have thorns. Not quite what I was after.
Yeah, we're getting those levels.
Caution is needed.
Game unit, I do appreciate it, okay? Does anybody... I mean, I can't wait to see if there's actually new gameplay in Elden Ring. I mean, I don't really think there is gonna... I mean, it's just gonna be... It's gonna be open world Dark Souls, and that's great! I don't know why people are so down on that. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills sometimes. That has been... I have certainly seen comments to that effect. Like, blah blah blah, From's not doing anything new.
You could have at least tried.
If you were a master craftsman who made the best maces in the world, would you go make pizza instead? I just don't get it. And I know that's a very controversial opinion. I mean, hey, From loves reusing assets, okay? They always have, and I assure you they probably always will. So what?
Back to the fray.
Would I rather be great at one thing or good at 1,000 things? I would rather be great at one thing. But I wouldn't mind being good at 1,000 things either. Can I have both? I mean, it's not for me, Prentice, when I picked it pretty easily. I would really rather be a master at something. No! See, we'd have to rewind time now. And that'd be boring. Drop some freaking units, gang. Right there. What Croc said. Wow, so, dude, Edelgard has got mad power. She's, look at this. We're gonna be ready for that fight come the end of the month.
Flame spirit, protect me. Worf.
Hey, we got some more bullion. We love that stuff.
I may as well win. Can't get ahead of myself.
I'm surprised. I can fight through anything. So shameful.
Oh, come on, D-Snacks. Whiffin'. Anime sweat droplet. Anyway, games are cool. I think that's my big takeaway from this conversation. Anybody agree with that highly controversial opinion?
You worked hard for nothing.
Damn it!
It's a very hot take. Among the hottest, I think, that's ever been seen.
Huh. Victory.
It's okay, we really need to get a level for our healer. This is actually pretty good.
Be mindful. As expected.
We got bear meat? Wow. Munch, munch. Renown increase. What's that do? I bet that's good. Anyway, I think we're coming up to a big fight here. A Stroy battle. Okay. Edelgard's ready to search for intermediate trees, so that's good, right? Armored Knight. Oh, hell yeah. Brigand. Wait, what's cooler, a Brigand or an Armored Knight? I mean, I know the answer to that. Oh, Von, no! Why didn't you tell me that?
As expected.
I passed?
I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, she uses the axe. She hit thing with big axe, large axe.
I have
I've...
66%? They really want me to use a sword, but I refuse. Roll it? Well, 1 second, folks. Before we roll anything. It's time for a stream raid. What is a stream raid? A stream raid is kind of like playing Fire Emblem with me and the rest of chat. See all those names from in chat right now? I see them. They all drop units. Archers, mages, healers, supports, frontliners. It's our very own little MMORPG where we're killing big toads, rats, and beetles because we're like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids expansion or something. Yeah, that sucks that I made... You know what? I have to go with the large armor, though, okay? I have, like, obligated. We're very, like, large armor. Thank you, Crindus.
I hesitated.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I was gonna take care of... I was gonna get rid of Gumdrop, but I guess he might as well stay for the rest of the stream. We'll take him off tomorrow. Crindus, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. By the way, I'm not actually 51. I had a couple people message me and say that I look really good for 51. The reason why is because I'm not actually 51. But I appreciate it all the same. Thank you, Vaughn. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Vaughn. I appreciate that. Those wings you shot me the other day were really good, too. Let's get geared up here. Cool, Bacon. I'm sure we can appreciate your sword in battle. We'll just fill your inventory up with seals. Why not? I have not yet unlocked the blacksmith, of course not. What do you build? Well, you're gonna only start with the 3 core units, Bacon. You're gonna have to wait till you start getting chests from fights to unlock more options. Drop some freaking units, gang. Drop some freaking units, gang. That is what we do, yes. Yes, Bacon, and again, you will actually get stuff pretty rapidly. You get a chest from every fight that we play, and you'll get gold, which you can spend in the store for more units as well. So, your roster will level up. It's kind of like Fire Emblem, honestly, which is really weird, but it is.
A new path.
Oh god, we have the mission. The Mag Dread Ambush. It's happening. It's freaking happening. Who is as worried about this fight as I am?
No matter how powerful our enemies may be, there's no need to worry so long as we're with Catherine, the mighty wielder of Thunderbrand.
Nice. I want Thunderbrand.
You mean you don't know? My weapon is called Thunderbrand. It's one of the hero's relics. A long, long time ago, the goddess bestowed divine weapons upon 10 heroes.
That's handy. I want a divine
down
weapon.
To their descendants. It's an honor to wield, but I'm afraid there won't be any chance for that today.
You know,
our mission is to
I'm
help
something of a
clean up the
divine weapon
aftermath,
myself.
not to fight.
One must wonder why Lord Lenato would incite such a reckless rebellion.
It all goes back to the tragedy of Duscur.
I remember that day well. No one saw it coming. Roughly 4 years ago, the King of Fargus was murdered by the people of Duscur. I believe that about sums it up, correct?
To put it simply, yes. But there's more to that story. They had accomplices within the kingdom as well. Lord Lenato's son, Kristoff, was one of them. And so he was handed over to the church for execution.
That's a sword from Neo too. Yeah, probably.
Speaking from the church's perspective, we simply passed judgment according to our doctrine in place of the kingdom, which was in complete chaos. Whatever the truth behind that incident may be, Lord Lenato has harbored resentment toward the church ever since. Well, to be more specific, his grudge isn't only against the church. It's also against the one who turned Kristoff over to them.
Report! The enemy is approaching.
Yes, Sword,
they
that
can't
seems
be
about
avoided.
right.
Their numbers are far greater than we predicted. They used the fog to slip past the Knight's perimeter.
It looks like our mission just changed, Professor. Everyone, prepare for battle!
It looks like summer vacation is over. I didn't really bring a whole lot of heals. I'm probably going to get taken to task for that. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. Thanks for being here.
With this fog, it's impossible to tell where the enemy might be, or how many of them there are.
New combat elements.
The enemy could
And
be
ducks.
trying
There
to
could be
surround
ducks in the
us,
fog.
but they shouldn't have enough soldiers to form a tight circle. Take down anyone who breaks through the fog, and let's push through!
That smell. It's fresh blood. It seems the battle
I wonder why they made him go with... I mean, I get that they're trying to totally go Hogwarts with this, but like...
Proceed with
sending kids
caution.
out to combat doesn't
Wait for
seem
them to
exactly
enter your
great.
field of view.
All right, troops.
Stay focused.
Let's get out there.
I will prevail.
Battle.
I like the special spots.
Oh no.
They're fun.
As you wish.
Oh. Yo. Hoover really sucks at hitting people.
Put me in there.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Yeah, whatever, buddy.
That's my cue.
I will get the victory.
Lord Lenato doesn't deserve such sadness and anger. Now it's your turn to suffer.
Yeah, I bet you regret that, don't you, buddy?
You think we're just gonna do nothing while you try to kill our lord?
Yeah. That was pretty much the plan. Hey, bud. We need to turn this into a Wisconsin battle, right? Hey, bud. Wow, game unit, thanks. Placing units is a time-honored tradition around these parts. Oh man, look at that. Heavy Knight Edel. Chonky. Yeah, got him. Oh yeah, I can't heal myself. That sucks. I need to carry vulneries around on this dude. Some folks call him Ferdinand. I call him Bait. Oh, you messed with the wrong one, buddy. La Rezer, wow. A rare sighting. To what do we owe the honor? Welcome. Drop some freaking units, gang. People are dropping units tonight. I love it. Even a lot of our newcomers are dropping units. That's always nice to see, right? You will accumulate a pretty awesome army over time in Stream Raiders.
Thanks so much.
Who's my favorite unit? What, in this game right now? Or what, in Stream Raiders? Well, right now it's Edelgard because I made Edelgard a giant unit, that's why. She's my only knight right now. So it's not really a fair answer. Nobody else has really had the kind of growth that she has got so far this game.
Thanks so much.
I do not think this is still tutorial, Prime, no.
I won't let you anywhere near Lord Lonato.
It is a map, however, that introduces a new game concept. But it's not tutorial. Yes. Something completely unheard of in a tactical strategy game. Fog. I mean, our Edel at this point is actually just like an actual just truck. Oh god, she's so angry. I only wanted her to weaken that unit up, but she kills everything. Yeah, game unit, placing another unit, you know. Soon you'll have a giant army and they all have different cooldowns. Stream Raiders is actually a pretty sweet freaking little game. Like, it's a cool thing to do while you're watching another person stream. I do it too.
It's you. Thunderstrike Cassandra.
Oh, snap.
It was your wretched zealotry that killed my son!
The only name I answer to is Catherine. Prepare
Thunderstrike
to taste the blade of
Cassandra.
one
Oh,
who serves the
uh-oh.
goddess.
It's going
Now
down.
you face a knight of Theros!
The fog has dissipated.
Here
we go.
There's nothing left to hide you or the filthy central church from the judgment of the goddess.
Yeah, alright. Real scared, buddy. I got Edel, so I'm not really afraid of you. And I got my sweet, like, Alexander the Great outfit up in here, you know?
Sweet of you.
Yo, that's just what I wear on the weekend, low res, and I decided to bring it out here,
Not worth the risk.
I decided to bring it out early this week on Tuesday.
Back to
I
the
get a
fray.
cooler sword later? Well, I'm not going to be using a sword. Yeah, but this guy is a grinding game. Low reser, there's no other way to put it. This guy is straight up a huge grind. If you don't like grinding, I would never recommend this guy to you. And I've played all of them. No, I got this fly, Prime.
Please don't die.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe Lord Lonato
No
has
spiders.
the strength to carry on.
I know. But then I'll have to get something to take out the spider, and it becomes the whole thing. Then I'll have to get a cat to kill the spider. You know how this goes. Oh my god, I even have a bow on her. Dude. Edelgard is merciless! She's gonna be like level 20 when everything else is level 5 on this team. I do plan to get a duck. No lie. That's obviously a big plan for us as a community. Eventually. Hey, Zedlars. She's a monster?
I am Ferdinand von
She's
Eyck.
killing everything, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Zedlars, I know what I'm doing, alright? This ain't my first rodeo. You have to sleep now. Have a good sleep, Zedlars. Zedlars is going night-night. And we're taking the Queen of Pain out here, aka Edelgard. An absolute... I mean... I don't even... Like, she can go up by herself. She can kill anything. Yes, Prime. Play it forward. I told everybody about the marbles. They are looking forward to watching you. Training bow. I don't like swords. I know, Lorezer. I'm deliberately trying to bring him away from that. I don't like swords. We're building this troop my way, okay? I do not like versatile weapons, Arden, at all. I like big punches, massive axes, and huge hammers. No amount of slashy is ever gonna make up for that kind of boom boom. It's called a great sword. I haven't seen any two-handed swords. Not interested. Yeah, pretty soon placing units down is going to be like a... You'll have a whole, like, big tool chest of, different kinds of units to use. And they'll all have different cooldown timers. But they start you off with the basics. I believe that, Shrouded. I believe that. Hey, a training lands. Woo!
Still raring to go.
Huh. That was very quick, gamer unit. People tell me about the ZR button. What is the ZR button? Is that the one that makes you go back in time? So ZR, what is that button? I heard it stand for Zenny. Remember Zenny? That used to be the main unit of currency in Capcom games instead of money.
I owe you one.
I mean, it still kind of is, right? They still use it, I think.
It's time.
Yeah, whatever. Oh man, he's using a thing on me. Ha!
Try to keep up.
Yo, you can't touch this.
You're weak.
And the worst thing in the world you could ever do is to attack Edelgard.
Is that all? Repent from the grave.
Oh, damn. Yo, Thunderblade Cassandra doesn't mess around. She does have a cheat sword, yes.
It's over.
Drop some freaking units, gang. Yes, dropping units is always a preferred strategy here. Wow.
No use.
That armor though, huh? Yeah, the crit did nothing.
Not so fast.
Luckily, we take plenty of magic with us on our trip. Big armor doesn't bother us.
Thanks for helping. Put me in there.
I'd rather not. All I know is we got Lorge Knight up in here now.
Keep that off.
Alright, yeah, let's run the stream rate before we finish this fight off. I mean, Catherine is just ripping through these people anyway. She doesn't even need my help.
I will be the one to kill you, no other.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
You have lost all sense of justice. You want to fight me? So be it. I'll send you.
I know,
to meet
Malk,
your
but I can do
goddess.
auxiliary battles, right? So it's not a big issue. You're not missing anything. It's player phase, so we're all good. and look at, you can watch the stream rate play out. Like, everybody's got, like, there's a scorecard, there's people walking around. You know, we got a big treasure chest coming for sure. Well, maybe. Yeah, I think we got this. I mean, I'm running a paladin in this battle, and we got lots of really good healers, so, like, that's gonna be really tough to beat by a bunch of dumb toads. They're just regular toads, so in this expansion, Bacon, we're all shrunk. It's essentially a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids expansion. And now we're on a boss. You get a lot of stuff for this one. Speaking of bosses, we got a knight we gotta take care of. There might be a Bumblebee skin in this expansion, I'm not sure. You get those from the blue chests.
You have been deceived by that witch. I will show you the truth.
Yeah, this dude's about to beat it. Ha! Oh my god, nothing stops her. She's actually too strong.
Well done.
That's true. Low Reser, you know, they always say this about me. I like two things. High strength and high defense. Hey, MK Saint, thank you for the follow. What compelled you to stop using your best weapon on Bayless swords? I don't like swords.
I owe you one.
So I'm trying to work up another weapon for him. Malik, I don't like swords. How many? You've watched me play a lot of games.
No other option.
Thank you, Gamer. I like giant armored units that have giant axes and maces. You know that. And failing that, I like, you know, big, awesome fisticuffs. So our queen is about to claim another crown right here.
That vile woman. Kristoff, forgive me.
I never thought I'd see Lonato meet this fate. Well done, everyone. Let's gather our troops and go.
Hey. A secret book. What the hell do I do with this? Or that. Hi, Rich. How you doing? We survived the Magritte ambush. I think Edelgard took 2 damage that run. God, she is just ready to destroy everything. I kind of need to stop giving her all that XP, though. Other people need a chance to become knights as well. Right, axes and fists are our major categories.
I've never seen so many people utterly heartbroken.
Forcing innocent citizens to risk their lives? That man was not a noble, but a monster.
I don't think it is that,
Lord Lonato to this point.
Everyone was a bit shaken by the militia fighting alongside our enemies. If only everyone could face reality so unflinchingly.
Rich,
The commoners who
The
allied
community
themselves
voted for
with
Black
Lord
Eagles,
Lonato
yes.
believed they were fighting
That I
for
have
a
called
just
Bronze
cause.
Eagles several times during
It
the
would be
stream.
disrespectful to consider them simply victims when they died for what they believed in. Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice. Even if our enemies are the gods
Dimitri's crap.
themselves, we must never lose sight of our goal. I'm surprised to hear you say that. Really, I'm just like Lonato. I, too, will be the sort of ruler who's willing to risk the lives of my citizens in service of a higher cause. It's not possible to change the world without sacrifice. Dying for the greater good is not a death in vain.
Professor.
Oh, the Golden
I'm afraid
Deer.
This incident is
That was my
far more
second choice, but
serious
hey,
than
the community
anticipated.
chose the brands.
I found this on Lord Lonato.
Whatever Milk said.
It's a note that mentions a plan to assassinate Lady Rhea. We can't tell who sent it, so the source is suspect. But the content
Oh,
is
we
too
found a
disturbing
strange
to
note.
ignore. We must report this to Lady Rhea right away. I hope that it's nothing.
I am glad to see that you have returned safely. The goddess is
You know,
gracious
Loreza, I'm
with her
not
divine
big into
protection.
intrigue, but we'll see what happens.
But it was not only her divine protection that shielded you, was it?
I like to
You
hit
are
things with
just
big
as
clubs.
skilled as I had hoped.
I'm a simple man.
I am not so sure. I heard some of the students were hesitant about fighting militia.
Not my
However,
students.
we must punish any sinner who may inflict harm upon believers.
Oh, yeah.
Even if those sinners are civilians.
What does your church do again,
I pray
lady?
the students learned a valuable lesson about the fate that awaits all who are foolish
I'm sure I
enough
will,
to point
Loreza.
their blades towards the heavens.
Our real concern is what Catherine reported. The secret message that was in Lord Lonato's possession. It contained a deplorable plot to target the Archbishop on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth. The plan seems unrealistic at best, but a threat is a threat. We must maintain constant vigilance. To that end, I would like for you and your students to help with
Are
security
Yakuza
on
0
the
and
day
the
of
other
the
games
ritual.
the least anime Japanese games? No.
That is most reassuring. You have my gratitude.
I like the
The
Yakuza
rite of
games, but there's
rebirth
definitely
is of
some anime
paramount
elements in those.
importance. It is when the Church of Seros
They're just not
and
full-on
its
anime,
believers
but there's plenty of
unite to
Japanese
pray
games
for
that
the
aren't anime
return
at
of the
all, right?
goddess. The Archbishop and I will be confined to the Goddess Tower once the ritual begins. Of course, the knights will be on high alert as well. But there aren't enough of them to keep watch
Is
on
this
every
full anime?
corner
This
of
is
the
like-
monastery.
This is like
It is far
90%
from
anime.
ideal to be forced to mobilize students, but the gravity of this situation requires that we all bend to avoid breaking.
This is like 80%
While there
anime,
is no
probably.
need to fear for my safety, we cannot turn a blind eye to those
There are
who
full anime
blaspheme
games,
so
Prinus. This is
heinously.
not one of them. But this is
With
like
any
80
luck,
to
this
80%.
will all be for naught. Still, be on
Well,
your
thanks,
guard.
Game Unit. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy Stream Raiders. It's fun. Oh, good. Do we get the narrator again? I want to hire this guy for my
Part
next
1.
birthday.
White clouds.
Scarlet Nexus
Blue
is pretty
sea
close.
moon.
Scarlet Nexus is, again, like 90% full
The
anime.
goddess's rite of rebirth.
Maybe 95%. I put Scarlet Nexus at a 95% pure anime.
As the sun grows stronger and the nights grow ever shorter, the blue sea star returns to the sky once more. Believed to be the goddess's home, her followers look to the star and commence celebrations of her rebirth. On the grounds of Garreg Mach Monastery,
Hey, that's
a
where I'm
grand
at.
ceremony is held in honor of this much anticipated
Is Xenoblade
event.
anime? Yes.
Every true follower of the Church of Seros is
Yeah,
sure to
Xenoblade
be
is again, I think Xenoblade is as close to pure as it... Probably like 95% again. Xenoblade is very heavily...
Now it's
anime.
writing time!
It's almost full anime, but I want to leave that realm for something else. But it's really, really close. And I can't wait to play Tales of Arise on stream. That'll be fun too, right? I can't wait to hear, like, you know, Demon Fang, Demon Fang, Demon Fang, Demon Fang. That's gonna be good.
Thanks.
Wait, why did I give Caspar flower? 200 gold, I guess. Anything. No milk. I'm something of a divine
Our
beast
mission
myself.
this month is to patrol and set up defenses to stop the assassination plot.
I wonder if an assassination attempt is truly...
Also, we got a release date, a hard release date on Final Fantasy IV, so that's obviously a sweet thing. I think if we spend some extended time on this game on the weekends, we'll be able to get there just in time. Obviously, we are not rushing this game.
Yes, I think so
we got plenty
too.
of time before September 8th gets here.
A barely concealed secret message trying to distract us from whatever's really going on.
Yeah, Rich, I don't.
Sloppy,
we don't
to say
have
the
that.
least. And while everyone is out searching for a phantom assassin, they'll be free
I
to
don't believe that,
accomplish their
Loretta.
true goal with ease.
The monastery houses many valuable weapons. Perhaps that is their aim?
I don't
Here
believe
the
you.
monastery has a treasure vault, too. Seems like the sort of place a foe would like some alone time in.
There's no need to speed up, Barry.
Immense. And not just above ground, but below as well.
Take the games at your own time.
Perhaps their aim lies beneath the monastery.
I'm actually really glad that September 8th is
seems
like
to
the
me
date,
that we
so we
should
don't
search
have
the
it
monastery
conflicting with
for
any of our
clues to what the enemy might
schedule.
be
Now.
after.
We can take our time
Of
with
course,
Fire
we
Emblem,
must
and I want
never
to.
underestimate the need for preparedness in case of
We're in no
battle
rush
should
whatsoever.
A secret meeting, Professor?
And we'll probably have some giant Lord streams
Oh,
on the
we
weekend.
haven't
Pump
been
out like
introduced. I am
8
Shamir.
hours of FE.
Shamir is one of the Knights of Saros, and this young man is...
I work for Lady Rhea, and I'm Shamir's apprentice. Oh, the name's Cyril.
Gumdrop is gonna go away tomorrow.
Yep,
We're already
I help
knee
Lady
deep in
Rhea
the
with
stream
all
here. No,
kinds of
I'm
stuff.
not gonna change him out right now.
I've got to protect Lady
All right,
Rhea,
all right, fine.
so that's
I
why
will.
I've got to learn all I can from Shamir.
Cyril adores Rhea. That aside, if you need anything, ask.
Bye, Gumdrop. Rip. Nope. Nope. We must see the sacred text of the Church of Greg Moloch. I guess we're exploring today. Greg Moloch Monastery. Also known as Cladach.
Our enemy's true target. What could it be?
Do we care?
The
Drop
monastery
some
has been
freaking
around
units,
for nearly a
gang.
millennium. It's only logical that there are secrets here.
Thank
We'd
you,
better
Krog.
investigate. Would you mind asking around and seeing what you can dig up?
Fire, exactly.
Once you've
Krynos, right now we're
uncovered
playing
some leads,
Fire
we'll regroup.
Emblem. 3 houses.
I have a favor to ask.
Know thy enemy. Have a gift.
I appreciate it.
Oh wait, you're at full motivation. Why'd I give you anything? Damn it.
People die depending on who died. It's different. I hope nothing bad happens this month.
Here, have a flower.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh, you got low motivation. We need to hook this up.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor.
I need some more gifts. I like Hilda. Nice. Ooh, some roses and carnations. Oh boy. That's good stuff. Let's get some plants down. Pale blue flower seeds. Very nice. Get some aramid water in there. Carnation instant breakfast? No thanks. Yeah, I was sold on Hilda when I knew that she used, you know, she started with throwing axes, okay? I don't really like ranged weaponry. Everybody here knows that. But throwing axes are way cool. Forget bows, forget, you know, anything like that. But throwing axes, yeah,
Right.
I'm down for that. I mean, yes. I think I've been pretty open with that, Milk. We like hit thing hard till fall down, okay? Bad thing fall down.
Hey!
Throwing hammer, even better.
I have a thought. Have you visited the Goddess Tower?
No.
It's a sacred place used for rituals and the like. In general, students aren't allowed entry. But as you'd expect, that rule just excites their curiosity.
Is he? Not everybody can be Bay
At least
Milk.
for this month.
That's
That
not how it
kind
works.
of behavior is totally unthinkable. We have a lot more security, what with the goddess's rite of rebirth coming up.
Ooh, this guy trains fist. And axe. Wait, what does this extra strength thing mean? Yeah, but what's the blue thing mean? It means you good more skill. I like, okay.
Have you in general, but well, we have a lot.
Once a week. Yes, I want good skill.
What?
Professor, given the circumstances, I requested that he provide me with some candies. Silly of me,
Piece
really.
of candy.
The timing was improper, and I regret it very much now. Oh, but more importantly, this place is off limits, Professor. It is only open to the public on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
Okay, whatever.
Here's an idea. On the day of the rite, the monastery will be open to the public, including the Holy Mausoleum. The Holy Mausoleum is where the tomb of the divine Saros lies. There she slumbers, eternally. That's pretty much all that's in there. Just an ancient coffin. It's sealed with a powerful magic to protect against would-be grave robbers.
Yeah, I'm sure people are gonna come in here. Uh-huh, okay, yeah, this is all adding up. Head chef challenge, none of these effects are enhanced. But we don't know who's going to enjoy it. Damn it. Shamir. Okay, yeah, new character. A sniper. Not in my house. If you're not in my house, Milk, you don't matter.
You seem to dine with company often, unlike me.
Eating with friends is warming for the heart.
Yo, my professor level's going up.
Something in the monastery that someone might go after? There's so much here
I know, Low Reser, I know. I'm trying. They told me it would take forever.
Precious wares.
I understand
wine
that.
bottles from
Things
centuries
good things
past.
take time.
I hear that stuff is fancy, but not very drinkable. I doubt anyone would go to the trouble of stealing it.
Have you heard? They say he
I don't want
appears every
Mama.
night and kidnaps folks. I wonder what happens to them.
But I need to improve my stats to recruit people. Well, these must be for like side quests, huh? Should I do these things? Always do the things. That is a good response.
Okay.
It unlocks tea time. What the hell is tea time? Is that the thing that Kim showed me? Is that the dating?
Setting fire to the stables to distract everyone.
I hate this guy.
To cause a commotion. It is the oldest trick in the book, but I cannot shake the thought that our enemies may attempt it. I will stand guard and watch over the stable and the knight's horses.
I didn't know who it was.
They are truly magnificent. Please, do me a favor.
I don't like him. I really don't like him.
Oh.
Why is there just like a pile of cats out here? That is the weirdest, most random thing.
So... Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. The goddess's rite of rebirth is this month, right?
Why don't I like him,
The
Rich?
monastery gates
I
will be
just
thrown wide
sometimes,
open
you
on
know,
that
my
day.
dance sense tingles.
I'll be working as a guide. I hope I get to guide some lovely
Even in fake
ladies
characters in
around.
video games.
What? Okay.
Oh, I hate Lorenz.
Okay.
You know, Rich, I have like a 7th sense on people, okay?
Lady Rhea lifts the spirits of all the people of Fodlan.
And I get a really
We
bad
cannot
vibe
allow
from
her
that
to come to
guy.
any
I don't like
harm.
Caspar either.
Hi, Professor. I've actually got plans, so...
Dex and flying. Well, that's gonna be a while. Oh, I hate this guy.
I've been in town procuring some supplies for Flame. Nothing out of the ordinary. Do not trouble yourself over it. I have something to ask of you.
Do I want Authorita or do I want flying? No. Hey, listen, actually no. For one thing, I don't dislike Set Death. I don't like Set Death like I dislike the other two. The other two I really don't like. Set Death is just hard to get along with. He's got some arrogance going on. More activity points, love it.
That boy who assists the Archbishop. Cyril, I believe? I hear he's originally from a foreign land to the east called Almyra. I know he's still only a child, but I do wonder about his true intentions.
I do wonder if there's like a timeout on this game though, like... Is it like Persona where I have limited time? Don't tell me! I'm just saying I do wonder.
There are numerous books in this library that you cannot find anywhere else. But once you are here, you can read them easily enough. I doubt someone would go to the trouble of stealing one. Sometimes Seteth will dispose of books that are deemed inappropriate for the monastery, but
Meow
that's
meow.
about it. In a way, I suppose that makes those particular volumes more valuable.
Kindness, you gotta watch out for the meow meow. Like, that's one of the things you have to worry about with cats, right? Is they go meow meow and they bite your head. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Unbelievable. What a terrifying story. However, an assassination attempt on Lady Rhea is doomed to fail. Pardon? You think the goal may be different than simple assassination? Intriguing. I suppose the priceless objects in this room
I don't really
could
have an issue with
perhaps
Hannah
draw
Man, at
thieves.
least not yet.
However, there's no one but me who could make use of them.
What you train? Nothing I like. Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, maybe it shouldn't, Malk. Do you think about that?
All this talk. It is nothing. I am sorry for allowing my mind to wander. My focus should be solely on guarding the monastery right now.
Man, you are boring as hell. How can anyone play as the Lions with that dude as the leader?
Hey there.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm really glad people didn't pick that one for this run.
Well done. You have my thanks.
The training ground. Why, what's in the training ground?
Let's see. Professor.
We like Holy Kingdoms. I mean, I can see that angle. Purple is a fruit. I call the big one Bitey.
Professor?
Oh, no!
I figured it out, Professor.
Why are all the people that I don't like
Enemy
have
must
quests?
be targeting Lady Rhea.
Yeah,
they're
no
gonna
shit,
make
Sherlock.
it seem like they're going after something else, but then they're gonna go for her. Impressive, right? I'm telling you, my intuition's never wrong. Hey, I got a favor to ask.
Do you know what this room is? It is the church's treasure vault. I say treasure, but I do not mean silver and gold and jewels. It mostly contains weapons, artifacts, and the like. Anything that would cause too great a stir, should it be stolen?
Hey, Meme Squad sounds like a lot of fun.
The church knows better than to store anything too valuable in such an accessible location.
I'm all about Meme Squads.
Okay.
That's right.
The goddess's rite of rebirth is the most significant ritual for the Church of Seros. Could it be that someone
Hey,
has
Krindus,
spread
not
these
everybody-
rumors of an assassination plot merely with the
Not
intention
everybody
to
likes
hinder the
Wildermyth, I get that.
celebration?
But the people who do like it really like it, I think.
The goddess, could it be?
I mean, he's got the quest icon. This is the one who likes tea?
The goddess's rite,
Oh,
could it be
God,
that...
no.
How kind of you.
I will have to repay you sometime.
You may now invite allies to tea for a chance to bond. Okay. That seems good.
Maybe it would be terrible if the greenhouse was targeted. The plants in here are incredibly valuable. This place contains the heart of Garrett Mock's 995-year history. So many beautiful flowers, plants that can save or end lives. They are all my precious children.
I mean, Wilderman's basically D&D meets XCOM, and
No.
obviously that was something that resonated with me pretty hard, but I get that it's not going to do that for everybody. Also, it's time for a stream raid. Let's get in there. I love it. Look at all these units. You'll love to see it, fam. That's an army. An army worthy of a boss chest. Oh, that's so nice, Pretendus One. That's very nice of you to say. The pyramid is cool. That was from the Egyptian expansion. This isn't, we usually go about this late, Zen. We'll do one more half an hour. Over the last year or so, I've got more stamina, you know? I try to do 3.5 hour streams. When I started, I was only like 2. And yes, we still have the naked bear they never fixed. Don't remind me. But yeah, let's get in there. We'll put another 30 minutes on the clock. And get back to the action. And yeah, I am trying to play this without spoilers, gang. I know a lot of you are trying to help, and I do appreciate the help. But pretty much unless I ask for it, or it's going to be like something really, really important that I can miss forever or something, that usually is allowed to. But other than that, you know, let me stumble around on my own.
Perhaps. I knew I
It's
could
more fun
count
that way, right?
There's a place that the church values above all others. On the day of the rite, it will be open to the public.
Well, Rich,
that
you
will
know,
make it much easier than usual to access.
I am a pro gamer.
Precisely. We can't know for certain, but it's a distinct possibility that the Holy Mausoleum is our enemy's target.
Yeah, don't feel bad if Malk deleted one of your comments. He's trying to save me from spoilers.
I hope nothing bad.
Costs an activity point to invite to tea, huh? Yes, Zen, that's exactly how we know you're a real gamer. Hey, to be fair, I was never going to play this game unless the community filled the stream goal. And they did! So now I have to play through the entire thing. That's why we have the stream goals. They are a commitment. Not only do they support the stream, but they force me to play through an entire game. Generally very long games.
I believe a nap is in order.
And yes, you get Banana Dan on top of it. Which you saw yesterday, and we'll see again at some point during this playthrough.
Dorothea, whatever are you doing here?
I was thinking of relaxing here, but it looks as if someone else is lounging in my spot already. Taking a nap in public like this? Really, Lynn. The nobles look down on such behavior.
But yeah, I promised I will bring out the banana soup for at least one more ride before the end here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just teasing. You never do act very noble, though. Why is that?
Each person must
Maybe
follow
if you're
their
really
own
good,
way.
maybe even 2 times.
This is how I prefer to live. Even if some of the more pretentious nobles like to poke fun at my ways.
Doesn't that bother you? I mean, really, Doesn't hurt your pride or anything?
What use is pride? It doesn't feed nor clothe you. It offers no warmth on a cold night.
First time I've heard a noble say something like that.
Well, most nobles are... oh, what is the polite way to say it? Fools. Yes, they are fools. As for myself, my father is the Minister of Domestic Affairs, and he has pride enough for the both of us. For example, did you know he and the Minister of Military Affairs cannot get along, although they value each other greatly? His pride gets in the way, so he can't make amends.
Yeah, Linhardt's in my core
That is why
crew.
there is discord between civil ministers and military officers in the Empire. And so pride serves no good purpose in politics either.
You gotta have one good
so
cleric,
tell me,
right?
What use is it?
I wonder if bad blood between civil and military leaders is somewhat unavoidable. The Minister of Domestic Affairs is in charge of all civil officials, so if they just give in easily,
But
their
yes,
subordinates
Banana Dan
lose
will make an
respect,
appearance
right?
again.
I get the feeling that if your pride isn't equal to the
If you
responsibility
missed the first showing, there will be another.
then you aren't fit to lead. Also, I happen to think pride.
And if you're lucky, maybe even 2 more.
And how necessary is charm? It just gets in the way of living your life.
If you lack charm, nobody will give you a second glance.
Right, which means more time for napping.
Lynn, you can't really believe what you're saying, can you?
Oh, why with Ferdinand? God dang it.
Just look at this place. It's so beautiful. I believe
Sub
I
goal
should
for
take
what,
a
Brian?
nap and enjoy it properly.
Linhard, lost in thought, I see.
I
Unacceptable.
mean, we've got lots of
Are
programming
you
set
not
up already.
aware that a noble's
Listen,
duty is to be ever
Banana was
vigilant?
part of this goal. You already
Rest
got it.
increases alertness. Is there something I can do for you, Ferdinand?
Well, I was just passing by, and I thought I could give you a little advice.
You always
Yeah, I
seem
believe
to
that,
be
Lorenzo.
Why not spend your free time doing something productive?
This is a pretty edgy
Easier
house,
said
in
than
case you
done,
didn't notice.
Ferdinand. I'm afraid I suffer from a constitution that tires easily.
Some training will remedy that. Let us work on that today.
This house
I
has a
will
lot of
train you
weirdos in
myself.
it. I'm down for it.
Arise, Linhart. The righteous path of
This
the
guy,
noble
though,
lies
no,
before
this guy goes out with the garbage.
Always
Same with
giving it your
Casper.
all, aren't you?
you. Yes, I am. Is there something wrong with that?
Of course not. In fact, I rather enjoy your demeanor. You go all out even when others wish you wouldn't.
Hubert has got that low
Inspire
key.
the admiration of others.
You know, he
and
wants
your
what's best
dignity
with the
as a
for the
noble is
house.
Beyond reproach.
He's just kind of scary.
I consider it my mission
Cool.
to serve as a guide and a model for other members of the nobility.
As capable as you are
Oh,
striking.
Prime Wings are great, aren't they?
Next to you, I am a mere infant.
Oh, you are far too kind. Although I do work hard each day to achieve all of which you speak.
You're on vacation. You should have wings and pizza every day.
Noble skills. You drink tea, talk about how great you are, ride horses.
Wow, you ride
Indeed.
horses and
I
drink
went
tea.
for a ride
Sweet.
earlier today.
Is that so? You'll have to tell me about it sometime when I'm not walking away.
Oh, boom!
Where are you going?
I gotta use that one.
I must get some sleep.
I gotta use that one.
Being
That's
the
great.
infant that I
That is
am.
probably the biggest burn I've ever
Farewell
heard in my
for
entire
now,
life, and it was so
Ferdinand.
low key.
Oh, noble among nobles.
Noble among nobles? Seems a bit much. Did he say get some sleep? Hey, wait!
Like he just casually said, you know, that was great. That was great. Dude is low-key ultimate badass. I don't have enough activity points to fight.
Lord Lenato's rebellion may have been quelled, but the unrest in Fargus isn't dying down anytime soon. The Boar Prince should hurry up and claim the throne, rather than letting old customs hold him back.
Yeah, the Boar Prince, I agree.
You're skilled. Why won't you battle me?
Damn it, I need activity points. Squid, how you doing? It's time for some lessons. Alright. Oh god, Edelgard is just such a beast.
I'm improving. Nothing works.
Edel smash!
I won't forget all I've learned. Praise isn't necessary. Nothing. I'm in.
What?
That makes things difficult.
The hell? Did you just mess up? Not in my class.
I will humbly reflect on this. Flattery will get you nowhere. You're
You're quite the. Everything went.
That is what actually happened. I had to chill him out a little bit.
You have my.
I am not overwhelming my students.
May I be asking a question?
Yeah, you sure can. I wish for improvement with your land skills.
I am appreciating your answer.
I am a wise leader.
Professor.
You must be learning the bow and sword. I don't want you to do that. I'm giving you fisticuffs. Get the hell out of here. A hymn recital, huh? Sure, let's do it.
I may sound terrible, but you won't notice when everyone else sings too.
They won't notice if one person doesn't sing, will they?
Nice. It's Flane's birthday. What do I do? Host a tea party? Give flowers? What? You want me to do a tea party? Really? I don't even think I can get Flane in my group though, can I? Alright, whatever. We'll do it. Try to pick topics that your guests will like. If they're having fun, they might choose topics of their own. Oh no, it's not free. I've got to use my tea. Damn it, we're using the bad tea.
I am honored that you invited me.
I would never have invited.
You know about
Flane
my
is not a.
favorite tea. I am moved.
It's your favorite tea, really? Okay.
I am ever so grateful. Have some, Professor.
Well, yes, I will. I'll actually have one of these cookies too. Thank you.
Huh?
Let's talk about. God, these are all terrible topics. Malik, I don't want to hear anything from you. Oh. Well, I don't know Flame that well.
That tea was very delicious.
I know
Please
she
take
should have
care,
liked
Professor.
that. I'm trying to learn here. Kindness, it was my first tea party. You'll have to trust that I'll get better at performing tea
Perfect
parties
task for a recluse like me.
as I do more of
I
it.
know a lot about plants too. You might as well call me Botanical Bernie.
That gives me surprise. I will be relying on you, Botanical Bernie. I am having a report, Professor.
I will never throw a tea party with Caspar or Ferdinand. They can both fly off into the sun.
Hope this is good for something.
Nah, no new certs.
Petra's really nice. Never yells, never says mean things about people. Maybe she'd be my friend. Oh, there she is now. Okay, Bernie, you can do this.
Bernadetta.
She's
Are you
killed
needing
like
help
10
with something?
people, but can't have a conversation with somebody.
How did you know? Do you have eyes in the back of your head or something?
I do not
This
have
woman
that,
literally put arrows into people's heads.
Can I ask you something? Do you want to, maybe...
Oh yeah, Larissa, I probably do need to do that.
Friends or something? Maybe...
That's good.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't like me. I don't know what you think of me.
What I am thinking? I am thinking that you remind me of prey.
Oh, that's very strange. That's a very strange thing to say.
Yes, like a rabbit in the tall grass.
This is
Always
definitely a
watching for
normal
enemies.
human conversation that they are
If we have
currently
any
having.
sign of danger.
I need to
You
go
are
back to my
quick
home
also.
planet now.
I must be careful that I am not hunting Bernie when I take out my bow.
Oh, you try not to shoot me. That's, nice.
You have similarities with prey. That is all I mean to be saying.
So you're saying you might end up hunting me?
There is no need to have concern.
Bye, Barry. Have a wonderful night.
I will make sure my arrows are not hitting you.
That isn't comforting.
No, these are real humans having a real human conversation, can't you tell?
Deserve this. Forgive me.
You do not need forgiveness, but it is yours if you are wanting it. Was I saying something wrong?
No. You are a real person. Yeah, I have beginner seals. I got a couple. I got them. Yeah, we got plenty of seals. Oh, really? Why the hell did I put them on my other characters then? Oh, crap.
The truth.
Yeah, they're already the right classes. That's cool. So we can rest, battle, seminar. Most people do a seminar on this day. What the hell's a seminar? I forget. Assign a lecturer to hold a seminar that will increase unit skills, experience, and motivation. I should probably explore again, right? We spend a lot of time exploring. We like exploring. boy, Petra's. We got a lot of unhappy campers here.
While I have little interest in food, I will admit to a weakness for this one dish.
Eating with friends is warming for the heart.
So Petra actually is just a straight up robot. I'm okay with this.
Sounds fun! Let me show you my cooking talent. A little more secret spice, and... Hey! No peeking!
No peeking, I'm right in front of it! I got some carnations out of that batch. That's good stuff. Oh, purple. Purple flower seeds. Purple is a fruit. There is, in fact, a guy called D-Dude. That is very true.
Have you? In general, but, well, we have a lot.
I still have much to learn.
Have you? In general, but, well, we have a lot.
Wait. Rely on allies who are proficient with swords. I have no allies that are proficient with swords. I mean, yeah, it'll probably kill anything. I'm not worried about it. She's so freaking insane.
Is that all?
She's known as the monster around here.
Now you know your limits.
Oh dear God, she's going in.
Now you know your limits.
Yeah, I know. She's the only character I have in Tier 2. She has literally slaughtered everybody.
Is that all? Well, how was that? Is that all?
I mean, she's gonna destroy them.
Your defeat was inevitable.
Oh, she took a point. Now she's mad.
Well, how was that?
Cool.
I'm glad I asked you.
Good fight. What do we still have some activity points left, right? Maybe? But we do want to get some thingaming. We want to get some stuff up.
That reminds me.
So that means I should give some gifts to make people happy, right?
Professor, in Brigid, assassinations are many. I have also been the targeted, back in the past.
I think Petra's actually a robot.
The Goddess Tower has an entrance of narrowness. That is most good. The windows are not the most good, though. A target of ease for snipers.
She's almost full. No gift for Petra. Hubert, on the other hand. Too bad I don't have like a dead snake or anything to give him. He's supposed to be in here. I don't see him though.
Okay.
Hey there.
So, yeah.
Oh, here he is.
Speaking of, can you imagine the Archbishop being murdered? I prefer not to consider such a gruesome scenario. Awfully calm, aren't you? I wonder what it takes to rile you up.
Wait, he's at full. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got lunch with him. All right. Linhart needs some stuff, maybe.
So sleepy. I found an interesting book in the library. Got so caught up reading it, I forgot to sleep. Interesting discovery, though. The coffins of the 4 saints in the sanctum each have their crests carved into them. I'll need to find a way down there to get a look.
Uh-huh, okay. Oh, good, here we go.
I'll gladly take this.
You know, not terrible, not terrible.
Well,
that'll do. That'll do.
Professor.
Perhaps we can't know for... I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for this.
Lost items like guess. Yes. I have a big tote bag full of them, and we'll get to those. But I did just max the rank up, so...
Right.
Welcome.
We got some bullion. Wait. Secret book, huh?
This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you.
Those seem good.
Please come again.
Welcome.
Will this one do? Many thanks. Will this one do? Will this one do? Many thanks. Come back soon.
I wouldn't say so pretentious one. However, you know, I have played other Fire Emblem games before this, so that has certainly helped. If you played any other tactical strategy game, you should be able to handle it. Isn't it, Duelist? We always aim to keep it really real here. Yes, that's right, Pretentious One.
Welcome.
King's still going to. Dang it.
Come back soon.
Welcome. This one? Thank you. Please come again.
Oh gosh, are we at time? Well, yeah, it is 11:30.
Lady Rhea lifts.
Alright. We'll have to find out about the assassination mission tomorrow, folks. Fine, it's 11:30! We'll be back at it tomorrow. As always, I'm glad you joined me for another enchanting early game stream for Fire Emblem Three Houses. You do like to enchant me? Well, I like being enchanted by everybody here, so it works out. Yeah, Pretentious One, it's 11:30. I gotta call it, alright? We got a big Gamescom day tomorrow. Good news is, I'll be back tomorrow night. So, you know, come see me then. I know these are a bit slower paced. There's lots to do and lots of people to talk to in these games, so that's what we're doing. And obviously we're gonna have some cool fights tomorrow, I think, too. So. You did not, Prime. It was a great stream, and I'm glad people had fun. But it is time to call the stream for this evening. I appreciate y'all. And hey, if you want to continue to see the playthrough, it begins tomorrow evening. Same time, same channel, same place, same game. Yeah, Lorezer, I don't have details on that for you right now. But I would love to share them with you if I had them. There'll be replay for sure, but I think we're doing a Thursday stream as well. More details on that to come. For now, though, I gotta go. Appreciate y'all.